Chapter 3, Minitab Express. In this assignment, you are asked how the variables human service expenditures and Medicaid eligibles vary across the counties that participated in the experimental program and those that did not. Are there differences? The counties with the experimental programs are identified in column C38. I will calculate summary statistics using C27 for the percent of registered voters who vote. Use statistics, describe, descriptive statistics. I will select C27 and then C38 for my grouping variable. And again, remember, I can pick the statistics that I'd like to see. I could also pick a display if I'd like. I can investigate how other variables, here's my output, I can talk about what I see in the counties with and without that experimental program. We'll talk about the differences in the means, maybe the minimums and the maximums and so forth. I could also investigate how other variables affect the percent of registered voters who vote. Perhaps there's a relationship with crime. I will create a scatter plot of the percent of registered voters in column C27 who vote versus the crime index in C24, and the two categories of counties will be identified. Use graphs, scatter plot, with groups, select the Y variable, and I will do the percent, the C27, the percent of voters who vote, and my X variable is going to be the crime index, which is C24. And then my grouping variable is going to be C38. And let's just go back to home and just show the output. So here's my output. One county has a very high crime index. I will investigate this county. In fact, if I click on it, it'll tell me which county it is, whether or not it was in the experimental program, which it was, and what its value was. And this turns out to be Mecklenburg. It's in row C40 in my data. So if I show the data on the bottom and I scroll down, go over to the first column so I can see the name. It's in row C60, which is Mecklenburg. And again, if I click on that dot there, it'll show me what the crime index for that state is and the percent of the registered voters who vote. Notice it's unusual because the crime index is high, however the percent of registered voters is right within the range of the others. I can double check that the crime index value was entered correctly or incorrectly. I can also look at other variables in the data set to see if those might help me explain that high crime index for Mecklenburg.